My God, you guys, I can't even believe what I'm about to tell you right now. The biggest bombshell in love and marriage Huntsville history just dropped, and it came straight from Melody and Arionne. Yes, you heard that right. The two women who were once on opposite sides of Martell Holt's scandalous love triangle have finally come together, and what they revealed about Martell is absolutely explosive. Melody just unleashed a secret confession that exposes Martell in a way we've never seen before, and with Arionne in the mix, things just got even messier. Could this be the moment that completely destroys Martell's reputation for good? Or is there more to the story than we think? Stay tuned because we're breaking down all the details, every shocking revelation, every hidden truth, and the jaw-dropping consequences that could change Lamb forever. Martell Holt has been at the center of drama for years, but nothing could have prepared him for what's happening now. Melody, his ex-wife and the mother of his children, has finally broken her silence in a way that no one saw coming. And the real shock, Arionne Curry, the woman once labeled as the mistress, is playing a major role in this explosive revelation. For years, fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville have watched the fallout of Martell's infidelity, his messy public battles with Melody, and the constant back and forth with Arionne. But now, the game has changed. Melody's latest confession exposes the truth about Martell's behavior behind the scenes, and it's worse than we ever imagined. So what exactly did she reveal? How is Arionne involved? And could this be the final straw that ruins Martell's public image for good? Keep watching as we break it all down. Martell and Melody Holt were once seen as the power couple of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Their picture-perfect life, successful business, and undeniable chemistry made them fan favorites. But behind that glamorous facade, cracks had already begun to form. Their relationship took a dark turn when rumors of Martell's infidelity started swirling. At first, the whispers were just that, rumors. But as time went on, more and more details started to surface, and it became clear that Martell was living a double life. The man who once stood beside Melody as her husband and business partner was now being exposed as a serial cheater. For years, Melody fought to keep her family together. She believed in the vows she took, and she wanted to protect the image they had built. But no matter how hard she tried, Martell's actions kept pushing her further away. His repeated betrayals, lies, and public humiliation were too much to bear, and in 2021, Melody finally made the heartbreaking decision to walk away from their marriage for good. But just when we thought we had seen the worst of Martell, things took an even more dramatic turn. His relationship with Arionne Curry, the woman at the center of his infidelity scandal, became public knowledge, and that's when the real chaos began. Arionne Curry's involvement in the story is impossible to ignore. She was no longer just a shadow lurking in the background. She was front and center in Martell and Melody's downfall. For years, Arionne and Martell carried on their secret affair, even while Martell was still married to Melody. And as the truth began to unfold, Arionne didn't hold back. She went live on social media, did interviews, and made shocking claims about her relationship with Martell. She insisted that she wasn't just a side chick, she was a woman who had been misled, manipulated, and lied to. But despite the backlash, Martell continued to defend her, making things even messier. The situation reached a breaking point when it was revealed that Martell and Arionne had a child together, a secret love child that sent shockwaves through the Love and Marriage Huntsville fan base. It was the ultimate betrayal for Melody, and it confirmed what many already suspected. Martell had been living a double life for years. But now, the tables have turned. Melody has been silent for a long time, choosing to focus on her career, her children, and her personal growth. However, it looks like she's finally ready to speak her truth, and her latest confession about Martell and Arionne is sending the internet into a frenzy. For years, Melody Holt has chosen to take the high road, even when Martell publicly embarrassed her, even when he continued to defend his mistress, and even when he downplayed the pain and betrayal he caused. Melody remained composed. She focused on her career, her family, and her peace. But every person has a breaking point, and it seems like Melody has finally reached hers. Recently, in an emotional yet controlled revelation, Melody decided to share details that she had long kept to herself. While she has always been vocal about the pain Martell's infidelity caused, this time she went deeper. She spoke about the deception, the manipulation, and the years of emotional torment that she endured behind closed doors. What makes this confession even more shocking is that Melody didn't just expose Martell's infidelity, she exposed his entire pattern of deceit, including things that fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville never knew. According to Melody, Martell was never truly remorseful for his actions. Instead of owning up to his mistakes, he spent years gaslighting her, making her feel like she was the problem, and convincing her that she was overreacting. He would lie to her face, deny his involvement with Arionne, and then turn around and do the exact opposite of what he promised. Melody revealed that Martell didn't just betray her physically, he betrayed her emotionally, financially, and psychologically. He made her second-guess herself, he downplayed her pain, and he constantly tried to make her feel guilty for wanting better. But the most explosive part of Melody's confession, she revealed that Martell had actually begged her multiple times to stay, even after everything he had done. Yes, you heard that right. Despite humiliating her, despite fathering a child with another woman, despite putting her through years of heartbreak, Martell still wanted Melody back. While many believe that Martell had completely moved on with Arionne, Melody's confession paints a very different picture. According to Melody, Martell repeatedly tried to convince her to give him another chance, even after their divorce was finalized. He would call her, send her messages, and even arrange secret meetings where he would pour his heart out and tell her that he regretted everything. In one particular instance, Martell reportedly broke down in tears, begging Melody to think about their history, their children, and the life they had built together. He told her that he had made mistakes, but that deep down, he knew she was his true soulmate. But here's where things get even more shocking. Despite his pleas for forgiveness, Martell was still secretly involved with Arionne during this time. Melody revealed that while Martell was trying to rekindle their relationship, he was also still in constant communication with Arionne, making false promises to her as well. He was playing both sides, and when Melody confronted him about it, Martell tried to deny it, only to later admit that he wasn't sure what he really wanted. Can you imagine? This man destroyed his marriage, publicly embarrassed his wife, had a baby with another woman, and yet he still wanted to keep Melody as a backup option. But Melody wasn't having it this time. She stood firm. She refused to let Martell manipulate her again, and when she finally cut him off for good, that's when things really started to spiral out of control. After realizing that Melody was truly done with him, Martell reportedly lost it. According to sources close to the situation, Martell became increasingly erratic. He started acting out in ways that made it clear he was struggling to accept the reality of his situation. Some of his actions included publicly lashing out at Melody on social media, making passive-aggressive posts, throwing subliminal shade, and even accusing her of trying to turn their kids against him. He spread rumors, trying to paint Melody as a cold, unforgiving woman who refused to give their marriage another chance. He even attempted to sabotage Melody's career, making underhanded moves behind the scenes to try and slow down her success. But the most shocking moment came when Martell allegedly had a complete breakdown during one of their private conversations. Melody revealed that during one of their last serious discussions, Martell became so emotional that he completely unraveled. She described him as a man who was desperate, broken, and out of options. For the first time, she truly saw that Martell wasn't as confident and arrogant as he pretended to be. Behind closed doors, he wasn't the smooth-talking, charming businessman that the world saw. He was a man who had lost everything: his wife, his marriage, his family, and the respect of millions of people who once admired him. In her final public comments, Melody confessed that there was one event, one conversation that made her realize she could never go back to Martell. Up until that point, despite the lies and betrayals, she had been trying to salvage their relationship. There were times when she wanted to believe that their marriage could survive, that their bond was strong enough to withstand the storm. But everything changed when Martell crossed a line that she could never overlook. What was that line? It wasn't just the ongoing infidelity, it wasn't the deceitful lies or the failed promises. It wasn't even his attempt to tear down her reputation in front of their fans and family. No, this final betrayal was far more personal. According to Melody, Martell accused her of being the cause of their problems, the very issues that he had created with his actions. It was during a heated argument after one of their custody exchanges when Martell turned to Melody and said, "If you just let me be the man I need to be, this would all be over. You're the one who's keeping the drama going." In that moment, Melody realized that despite everything she had sacrificed for their family, Martell would never take responsibility for his actions. Instead of accepting his part in the collapse of their marriage, he tried to turn the blame on her. This moment was the final straw. It wasn't about the affair anymore. It wasn't about the public humiliation. It was about the complete disregard for her feelings and the unwillingness to acknowledge his own role in the destruction of their relationship. What Melody realized in that moment was that no matter how much she tried to fix things, no matter how hard she worked to keep the peace, Martell wasn't interested in change. He didn't want to change, he simply wanted her to accept the version of him that he had become. No growth, no accountability, just a man who was comfortable with his mistakes and was content to keep making them. So, where do things stand now between Martell and Melody? Well, despite everything that has happened, Melody has made it clear that she is completely done with Martell. She has moved on, she is thriving in her career, and she refuses to let his actions hold her back any longer. As for Martell, it's obvious that he's still struggling with the consequences of his actions. While he continues to put on a front, it's clear that he regrets losing Melody more than he will ever admit. And as for Arionne, well, let's just say that things aren't looking too good for her either. But one thing is for sure, this situation is far from over. The drama, the secrets, and the tension between these three will continue to unfold, and as always, we'll be here to bring you the latest updates. What do you think about Melody's confession? Was Martell's behavior predictable, or were you shocked by some of the things she revealed? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the latest Love and Marriage Huntsville drama. Marriage Huntsville.